We started our operations somewhere in June. We started our activities in June 2021, and this is the 19th episode of Tech Talk, a bi-monthly Tech Talk. Today, we will be discussing about the energy. Our Tech Forum, we have an energy cell which is driven by Dr. Pramod Deshpande. And this lecture is on analyzing your electricity bill and minimizing unit tariff rate. You know, the electricity bill have gone sky high, and industry is facing challenges to meet the product cost because electricity bill has become a important parameter in their bill of material. So Tech Forum have decided to start a energy audit cell, and which will be headed by Dr. Pramod Deshpande. And we have expert of 3 to 4 experts in our panel now who are energy auditors. So we can do your energy audit, especially compressed air, electricity bill, electrical safety audit, industrial automation training, incon training, and technical manual writing. So these are the areas where this cell will be working under the guidance of Dr. Pramod Deshpande. Today's speaker, we have Mr. Harish Kathaly from Nasik, who is expert in energy audit. I will request our Pramod Deshpande to introduce Mr. Harish Kathaly. Over to Mr. Deshpande.
Thank you. Harish Kathaly is a core electrical engineer. To give the brief, he is completed his BE from VRC Nagpur in the year of 1983. Then he has worked with a company called Meltron for a long period in various regions. When the semiconductors were not known to anybody, he was the person who worked on semiconductors, and the company name was Meltron. Then he worked in various aspects in manufacturing and other activities. Subsequently, he has completed his BE certification as an energy auditor, and he is also a building energy management certified by CII. He started his activity to give whatever the knowledge he has to the society. He has started activity as JEST Energy Solutions and Training Academy in the field of giving the training in various aspects, which will come to know as you contact him. And he is basically a strong electrical energy auditor of various areas in HT and LT sector. He has done more than 50 numbers of audits, and along with that, he gives a lot of suggestion and consultation to improve the energy efficiency, electrical energy efficiency. The energy audit is a common area, but it requires a lot of skills and understanding. In case of electricity consumption by state government, apart from the technical aspects of the electrical energy consumption, there are various issues which are related to the commercial aspect of the energy consumption and effectively getting your bill. So in today's discussion, we will be discussing these aspects along with what is the theory behind it, what is the concept behind it, what are its pros and cons, and along with that, he will be discussing 2 cases, which will elaborate how that can be analyzed from the electricity bill. Now I request Harish to start his presentation.
Hello, good morning everybody. Good morning Rabde sir, Pramod sir, and all dignitaries who are present in this.
थोड़ा सा आवाज वाढवू शकतो का?
हो. Hello, can you hear me properly?
We hear only.
Yeah. You now, please speak close to the mic.
Okay. Hello, now it is 100%. Okay, can you hear me properly?
Yeah.
Okay. So good morning everybody. Today we will be discussing on analyzing the electricity bill and minimizing unit tariff rate. The name itself, we are not going to discuss how to minimize the electricity bill. Okay, that is the part of a energy audit, which encompasses various utilities and various manufacturing machines, number of shifts or hours we run in a day, and number of days we operate in a year. Okay, but our topic is how we analyze our electricity bill, how we assess what is unit rate, that is rupees per kWh or rupees per kVh we are operating at, and how we can reduce that rupees per kVah rate. That is the topic. Okay, so we go ahead, and you can open up your electricity bills if it is from HT and LT industrial side in Maharashtra particularly, which I am going to discuss. These are the aspects. Okay, you can see this particular slide, and there are around 11 important parameters. Okay, I am not including any commercial parameter, that is rebate on online payment, prompt payment rebate and everything. That is, everybody is aware about that one, and we definitely take care of all such issues. What is important is a technical aspect in that one. There are so many headings in our electricity bill, but we operate with basically these 1 to 11, which I have enlisted. The first one is fixed or demand charge. 2, 3, and 4. These are the parameters which are applicable for our energy consumption. Okay. Wheeling charges are the charges responsible for transmission of electrical energy from substation to our factory. Energy charges is a this particular reflection of how much energy we are using in a month, and fuel adjustment cost is otherwise a totally commercial aspect. Okay, but it is based on kVh or kWh we are operating with. TOD tariff, it is a very good option in Maharashtra. What I have seen, that they are giving us a full freedom of availing this benefit. Electricity duty, tax on sale, again they are basically commercial part based on serial number 2, 3, and 4. PF incentive and penalty is a very, very important part. Okay, in LT category now. Earlier it was applicable for LT and HT both categories in Maharashtra, but now it is applicable only for LT category. We will see in future slides what HT people are going to get the advantage of good PF, how they are going to get it. Then charges for excess demand. We all know that we have got a contract demand with the service provider, and whenever we cross that contract demand, we have to pay excess charges. Then bulk consumption and incremental consumption rebate are applicable for very few clients, few customers who are running 24 hours a day, that too on a very high scale. Another parameter, that is a load factor incentive, is also applicable for bulk consumption people. Now, in the red color, you can see this particular mentioning is BD, means billing demand, more than my actual consumption, and is billing demand more than contract demand, is kVAh is greater than kWh, and if yes, how much it is. In TOD, is zone protocol followed. In PF incentive, how much incentive we have availed? Have we availed a full incentive? That is a 3.5%. That is the today's maximum level on Maharashtra. And if it is a excess demand charge, how much extra, how much excess kVA is being charged. Now, when we give the bill, when we receive the bill from company, it is analyzed by accounts department people for its a commercial aspect, whether summation is okay, formula is okay or not. But these red color pointers are for the technical people. If you have got a maintenance engineer, maintenance manager, or any person who can understand the electrical things, it is his responsibility to certify all these red color points in every month bill. And if he is observing some deviation, then you can go for immediate quick reactive, or we can say corrective action for that one, so that we don't lose. I have seen so many companies where they are paying a PF penalty, okay, to the tune of lakhs of rupees. Their monthly bill is in crore and paying PF penalty for lakhs of rupees. That's not a very advisable thing, but it happens, and every month they pay lot of extra amount as a penalty or unjustified billing. Means from a technical side, it is justified as far as the meter readings are concerned. That is justified, but we are not operating the energy properly. We will go ahead now. We will just see, here we have a generation, here is the electricity transmitted, and here is the user. Okay, now today we are going to focus on industrial users, and we can have this slide understood properly. I am not really aware how many of you are from the electrical side or are aware about electrical parameters. So I have included this basic slide. It is a transformer. You can see this is a transformer here. It is the input of a transformer given by the service provider, and it is the output of a transformer used by us, that is a electrical energy consumer industry. Okay, now input is a three phase, a three wire. We must know before analyzing what kind of input we are getting. It is a three phase, a three wire input. Then line voltage is R1 and Y1, Y1 and B1, R1 and B1, okay? And these are the various voltages in HT industry, okay? That is 22 kV, 33, 66, 110, 220. If we are in this category, then we are HT consumer, but with the adjective EHV, extra high voltage, okay? And if we are getting the power supply at 11 kV, we are only HT people. We are not HT EHV people. Now outside, we convert it into three-phase four-wire system, R, Y, B, and N. Almost everybody must be aware about this one. The line voltage between RY, YB, and BR is 415 volt. It may be 433 volt, it may be 440 volts, but that is a part of a detailed electrical discussion. Okay. And the phase voltage means R and neutral, Y and neutral, B and neutral. It is a 415 by root 3, that is 240 volts. This is what we are using. There are certain industries where they are using a transformer which outside is not a 415, but output is maybe 1.1 kV, 3.3 kV, and 6.6 kV. Okay. So all these things on the primary side, there is a meter connected by state service board, and we have to pay what that meter is indicating our daily or monthly consumption. We go ahead. Who is a HT consumer? Okay, a very small slide. The state service provider is giving a power supply. In this slide, it is 11 kV delta, and output is a 415 volts star. You have got a single phase loads, two phase loads, and three phase loads. Okay, but the meter of a supply provider is here, and it is expected we as a user, we keep one meter here also, we install one meter here also. Now what is the HT consumer? the transformer is owned by consumer. The transformer is owned by consumer and metering is on HT side. But if it is a LT consumer, maybe less than 65 HP requirement, it is a LT consumer. Transformer is owned by state service board, okay? And metering is not on HT side, but metering is on LT side of that transformer. So here is a LT consumer. From the same transformer, we can provide supply to one consumer LT, second consumer, third consumer, like this one. So all of us can understand whether we are ST EHV consumer, whether we are HT consumer, or whether we are LT consumer. Okay, we go ahead. Now, what are the basic electrical energy parameters which we see in our bills? We need to understand that one. Is a apparent kVA is the electrical energy which we draw. Here you can see electrical input is voltage and frequency. Electrical effect due to our electrical loads is drawn current value, displacement power factor, harmonics, distortion power factor, and true power factor. Here I would like to emphasize, we are not going to talk about harmonics and distortion factor right now, because in today's scenario, we get directly true power factor in our meters, and Maharashtra board has not imposed any penalties for harmonics and distortion power factor. But it may be soon, in another period of year or so, the harmonic levels will come, and Maharashtra board has already started activities for 22 kV and higher consumers. Every month, while taking the reading, executive engineers or assistant executive engineers of the board, they go to the client meter room, they measure the harmonics, and they guide the people that your harmonic level is higher. Okay, better start taking care from right now, from day one. Maybe they will continue this harmonics effect for another year or so, or 18 months, and then there will be definitely imposed penalties or incentives on harmonics. Now, when we consume electrical energy, physical output what we get is either mechanical, heat, light, and sound. Means what? Why I am showing this one? This is the power, this is the energy which you and me are really consuming, and we should pay only for that much energy. You must be getting this point. Whatever mechanical power I am really consuming physically, whatever heat power I am consuming really, light and sound power. Sound is a very minimal thing, but light is not a very small thing. It is quite big. Maybe in some factories it is 10% or 15% of their electricity bills. Okay. So this is what we are really consuming, and we should pay only for this much. But picture comes here as a reactive energy. While conversion from electrical to what these physical parameters we have seen here, maybe a mechanical, maybe a heat, maybe a light. Okay. For all these three output parameters which we use consume physically, we need to create a magnetic field, or we need to create a capacitive electric field for this conversion. Okay. And this particular energy is also provided by service provider. So obviously he will charge for this energy as well as this energy. Now we have to minimize this one. Okay, we have to minimize this one. And for that, you must have heard APFC, Automatic Power Factor Controller, AHF, Active Harmonic Filters, Detuned Reactors, various these words you must have heard, and you might have installed all these instruments also in your factory. But this is how we reduce this almost to zero. So we end up in paying what physically you and me are using. And this is indicated by power factor. Power factor is kilowatt, what you and me are really consuming physically. and kVA is what my service provider is providing me actually. It is the ratio, and it is expected by us that this ratio should be 1. It means our reactive power management should be extremely strong. How it should be made extremely strong, how PF should be made 1 is a different topic for discussion. So we go ahead for this one. Now we should know some units, okay, which figure up in our energy bill. Active power is kW, active energy is kWh, kilowatt hour. Reactive power, inductive, is kVAR, or some people say RKVA, lagging. And energy is kVARH or RKVAH. These are the units which figure up in our bill actually. Okay. Then reactive capacitive, that is a lead. And apparent power is kVA and kVAH. So power is a energy drawn per second. Okay. So instantaneous power factor and average power factor. What we get in our bill is an average power factor. But remember, in another 2 years of time, the power factor maintenance will be of a very important level, and the method of billing power factor will drastically change in another next 2 years of time. So power factor, what we get is very, very important, which is shown in our actual bill. Now, we will just see the trading units to understand it quickly. Let us say I have got a 3000 watt, means 3 kilowatt heater running for 10 hours. So energy will be 3000 joules per second into 10 hours into 3600 seconds per hour. That is 10.8 CR joules. So I am consuming 10.8 CR joules for 10 hours. And this value is too big to handle, too big to visualize and understand. So what the board has done, 3 kilowatt into 10 hours. So the unit is 30 kilowatt hours. That is a 30 units. And we pay as per these units. So this slide is basically to understand the relation between joules and kWh. Now, what we really measure, what MACB people, they really measure. They measure voltages, maybe line voltage and phase voltage, whichever is applicable. They measure the apparent current, which is drawn by us. They measure the power factor angle, and they measure the time in seconds for which our utility is drawing that current. Okay. I have not mentioned here harmonics because yet it is not the part of whole system. That is the things which are actually measured. But what is the calculated? The calculations are done for active power. P is the symbol for active power, which is measured in kilowatts or megawatts depending on the quantum. Then reactive power, the symbol is Q, kVAR, lagging or leading, and apparent power symbol is S, kVA. These three values are calculated. Then power factor, which is a ratio as we have seen, kW by kVA, is calculated. Active energy, kWh, reactive energies, kVARH, and leading or lagging, and apparent energy. These values are not measured. These values are calculated based on this measurement. This measurement is done every second, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, depends on different types of metering functions. Now, for power factor, we will understand quickly. We have got a resistive loads, inductive loads, capacitive loads, and combination of all. Expected that we will maintain the value of 1. Okay, we will not maintain less than 1. If at all it is less than 1, it is should be lagging, not leading. Remember, in another 2 years time, penalty will be imposed if our average monthly power factor is leading. We will understand in next slides how it is. Okay, This slide is a metering slide, and in India we have got this particular which we are using for so many things, whether we are drawing actual power and reactive power. These are the things in that one, but I have just shown the slides. You can have this one with you, but we will not discuss on this one. Now we come to electricity tariffs, electricity consumers, different things. If we talk about LT side, means low tension 415 volts, okay, we have got around 27 types of consumers and 27 types of tariffs. We as an individual user, we come in the serial number 2 LT1B, that is a residential, okay. But in industry we have got LT5 code. All LT industries, they fall in LT5 code. Here we have got 1 and 2 parts. The one who is having less than 20 kilowatts load sanctioned, and the other one who is having a greater than 20 kilowatts. So we can understand that in which category we as an industry are categorized. Individual person can understand from this one. Now we have got another serial number 28 to 39, which are the ST consumer types. And in general, we are talking about ST1A, serial number 28, industry general. Okay. In industry, you have got seasonal also, that is a sugarcane industry or some fruit processing industry. These are the industries which fall in the seasonal industries, and they have got a different transactions, different rules for that one. But being a seasonal, you have to operate 9 months in a year, not more than 9 months in a year. If you operate more than 9 months a year, you get converted into industry general. So in our bill, you can see what is your category. It is mentioned there. So all ST people, they will, in general industries, they will fall under ST1A, that is industry general. Now, these are the basic values which we have seen. 11 parameters we have seen on the very first slide. Okay, fixed charges and demand charges. Understand, if you are a LT industry less than 20 kilowatts, then you are charged a fixed charge, not demand charge. That is a 482 rupees per month. And these values will keep on changing every year. They are not fixed. Okay. In the declaration given by Maharashtra state, they have given up to 24-25 what would be the different charges on that one. Okay. And if you are more than 20 kilowatt person, then it is rupees 321 per kVA what you are drawing. But how this kVA will be decided, we will see in future. ST industry general 454 and 454 rupees general EHV as well as standard. So this is the one slide which will give you various existing tariff of a Maharashtra State Board, and we have to correlate when we actually operate our or analyze our bill. Very important part, that is a TOD tariff. Okay, what is a TOD tariff? Class zone A. Okay, 00 hours, 260 hours, and 22 hours to 24 hours. These are the combined one, and you get an offset of 1.5 rupees per unit on this particular value. Energy charge 689 minus 1.5, that will be applicable for all kWh or kVh you consume during class zone A. Zone B is 6 to 9 and 12 to 18, 0 offset. 9 to 12, zone C, 80 paisa plus. And in the evening, 18 to 22, zone D, 1.1 plus. So you can see zone D is the worst kind of zone, and we should discourage the usage of energy during this period. On prima facie, you may find my statement slightly weird, that how we can stop our manufacturing activity in the evening. So very true, but it is a combined job of a production and maintenance in charge or EHS team, so that they can reschedule their manufacturing activity where they will consume minimum in D and maximum in A if they are operating in 24 hours shift. Power factor penalties and incentives. If power factor is more than 0.95 to unity, you can see you are getting the incentive up to 3.5%, and you operate very poorly, then you have got penalties from 0 to 5% and above as you go below 0.9. 0.9 to 0.95 is a no incentive and no penalty zone of a power factor. Bulk consumption, we will just have a glance at it because none of us will go for this particular parameter in our bill. Bulk consumption, incremental consumption, yes, some people may fall in this one. If you have increased your business activities from 17-18 onwards, then you are liable for this one. The all basic guidelines are given in the actual tariff manual of MSCB. Now we will go for ST billing, and here you have got, this is now we will properly discuss about that one. These are the parameters which I have put into Excel sheet basically for one reason, that all of you need to convert your bill into this format in your computer, okay, so that it will help you in analyzing month over month and year over year, and you can take all charts and everything as per your statistical understandings or requirements. Now, what you should make in your electricity unit Excel file is this particular format. This format will change if your bill adds or removes some of these parameters. So first 1 to 10, I will not discuss anything. These are pure academic things. 11 to 15, small discussion. It is a urban or rural supply. Tariffs and regulations change for that one. Express feeders. This is one particular bill because non-disclosure agreement is there. Okay, I can share these values, but not the name of this one. Okay, and feeder voltage is 11 kV. Tariff code is there. Now the client sanction load is 300. Connected load is 300. Contract demand is 280, and minimum percent is 168. That is a 60% of that one. That is a today's rate. Okay. Now, sanction load is what? We will understand the meaning of this one, sanction load. Sanction load means when we apply for our billing, okay, we get a permission to install or to operate up to 300 kilowatts. Connected load, what we really connect our electrical loads. This is a contract demand 280, means I give assurance to service provider that I will use the electricity, whatever 24 hours or 12 hours or 8 hours, whatever it is, I will not cross this demand, kVA demand 280, okay? And this 168, even if I draw, let us say 150, I am ready to pay for 168, okay? I am ready to pay for this 168. Now, what was the kWh consumption for this ST consumer in the unit? 62475 units was kWh consumption. This is a kVAh consumption, okay? And this is a lagging consumption. This is a leading consumption of reactive power. Here we have to understand properly. This month, this client has consumed capacitive reactive power 3980 units kVAh and lagging 2355. It is a danger signal. It is an alarm signal. The person is operating in the capacitive mode. That is not acceptable. Today, state board is not giving or imposing any penalty for this one, but in another 2 years, if your this value is more than this, you will be given penalty for that one. Okay, there will be a fine for that one, fine as well as penalty. Both will be attracted by this one. Okay, now we come back here. 62475 is the energy what you and me have really consumed physically for our manufacturing processes, and we should pay only for that much. But because our power factor was not okay, it was not unity, we have consumed kVAh 63843 means you can say around 1400 units more, and we are paying for this much extra. You got the point? For ST, billing is on kVAH and not on kWh. So though I have used only this much physically, I am paying for this much, means 1400, and let us say unit rate round it to 10 rupees. So 1400 rupees I am paying extra every month, and that I can save. And for that, what should I do? Basically, improve the power factor of 978 to 1.0. Okay, 1.0. How to improve and all is a different story. Okay, it is a different totally technology, but we will just understand that one. It is one part. Okay, now it's a maximum demand. We come to this demand. Okay, a kVA demand 187. I have assured the board that I will pay for 168 minimum, but I have consumed the 187. So my billing is on 187. That's fine, no problem. But had this value serial number 25, had it been less than 168, let us say it is 140, then also I will have to pay 168 and not on 140. So I will end up in paying more 28 in that one. Incidentally, or unfortunately, I would say, we are talking in the month of April, and for first April, let us say you are like this customer, but you are operating always at 120. So you will always paying up 168, that is 28 or 48 more than that one. So what you will go ahead, you will try to reduce this 300 value. Reduction of these 300 value to the lower value of 200 or 150 was much more easier up to 31st of March 2022. But now they have changed the process, and you will have to go through that process for this one. So here is the extra payment. When I analyze how much extra I am doing, how much extra I am doing it here. Load factor was 31. For all MSMEs, load factor is really not a part of this one. And here is a TOD aspect. Okay, zone A consumption, zone B, zone C, zone D. Zone D, you can see 10,945. Now I will just share with you, in zone D, after our audit, they have reduced this consumption by 20%, because we have interacted with their manufacturing, quality and planning activity, and we have rescheduled their daily operations, and now they are getting this 10,955 up to around 8,560 or 8,600, like that one. So these are the things. When you analyze this one, first step is here, second step is here, third step is here. That's all. Okay, without the help of external energy auditing agency, you yourself can have these 3 steps taken, and your unit tariff rate, effective tariff rate, will reduce. We go ahead with this one. This is the bill. All of you are aware about this particular bill structure. Okay, here you get a sanctioned bill, connected bill, like this one. I am skipping these slides because I have explained them in this one. This is the one part. KWH, KVH, you have to take this difference and understand point of importance. Leading, point of importance. Okay, then build power factor, point of importance. These are the things important in that one. Now, these are the readings taken by board, and they arrive at this particular kVA reading. In Maharashtra, it is 30 minutes value, means average of kVA over 30 minutes period. In future, remember, in another 2 years, it will come down to 15 minutes. You can see here, 1632 will be now 1677. So your production planning is very, very important. So these are the basic aspects. So these basic aspects I have told you. If you have got any queries, you can tell me, because it is now hardly 5 minutes left for the discussion. Okay. So important things we have covered in this one. These are all the slides which are repeated for a detailed discussion. Okay. So important part, I will go to the next, the last slide. Okay. And LT billing, ST billing is almost same. Income procedures for your this one. Just a minute, sir. Income approach. This is the last important slide for 5 minutes.
Mr.
How you
Prakash,
will
please,
use?
excuse me, Mr. Prakash, please mute your microphone. Continue, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Now the first slide we have seen, and this is the last slide. Okay. Understanding a bill in a detail, it requires a 2 to 3 hours discussion, but we will understand first and last one. You as a your own energy auditor, do not take help from outside. Okay. What you can do without taking help is billing demand more than MD, is zone advantage taken, is demand planning done in energy intensive sections, is demand controller installed, difference between kWh, kVh, how you can reduce that one, that is power factor improvement, time advantage, and PF maintenance. Okay, these are the things which you yourself can analyze, get the help of external people who will give your PF maintained properly, plan your manufacturing activity so that your bill demand is at the minimum level, zone A is maximum, and zone D is minimum. This doesn't take any energy activity, audit activity involvement in that one. You yourself can do that one. And whenever, if you need my help for analyzing that one, I'm available to you. But I have shown you what type of Excel sheet you should prepare for your data analysis of monthly bill. Your monthly bill should get converted into Excel sheet as per the format which I have shown you. So my side, it is okay. My 40 minutes are over. You must have felt I have skipped slides. I have explained you everything in that one. Yes, sir. Should we go ahead for question and answers?
Yes, thank you, sir, for excellent presentation. Your explanation method and technique is very good. I request participant to question answer session is open. So please unmute your mouth. Please unmute your mic and tell your name first and ask the questions.
Hello, myself Satish Mehta. Can I talk, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure. Welcome, sir.
Sir, I have heard only last part of the session. Initially, important things were there, but my main question is that when my bill is in hand, earlier the incentive and penalty were shown separately, but now it is not shown separately in the bill. So how can I know whether how much penalty and how much incentive I am getting?
Okay, fine. So I will go to the, this is the bill, okay, LT bill, and we will see first ST. You are a ST consumer or LT consumer, sir?
Yes, HT.
ST consumer. Okay, fine. Open up that part of a ST consumer. Okay.
TOD I know, sir. TOD I know. I want to know about the power factor penalty.
Yes. Your question is very important. I will just open up the bill. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now you can see the ST bill now here.
Yes, sir.
Now this is the part, the last part, and now here you are confused. Okay.
Yes.
Fine. Now, since last 2 years in Maharashtra, we are not getting PF incentive, nor we are imposed a PF penalty in ST consumer. Now what you have to look for that one now. Here you don't see any PF, isn't it? PF incentive.
Yes, sir.
don't
Yes,
see
yes, sir.
here.
Yes, sir.
And you are worried that you are not getting benefit of that one. That's right. Now, remember, in this bill, 62475 is the KWH consumed over a month. Okay. And 63843, it is a KVH consumed over a month. 978 is the power factor. Okay. Had it been earlier ST bill, you would have got the energy charged not on. Look at here. 63843 is here. 63843 into 696. This is your energy bill. Okay. Energy charge rather, not bill, energy charge. In your earlier case, it is a 62475 into that rate. That value was coming here. Okay. And depending on 978, you are getting one row here, that is a PF incentive. Now, because it is 0.978, you were getting a PF incentive because it is more than 0.95. But now the regulations have been changed. You don't get these energy charges based on KWH, but you get these energy charges based on KVAH. Right?
Okay.
Your PF incentive or PF penalty clause is withdrawn totally.
Totally withdrawn.
Totally withdrawn. Okay. Now, whether 978 value has got no meaning as far as incentive and penalty row is concerned, because that is not applicable now. Okay.
Yes, yes.
And that is how we ST consumer who are not aware about this one are ending up in paying much more, because you lose an incentive, right? You will say, yeah, I am at the 978 and why I am not getting incentive? I'm losing something. That is why your one loss.
Yes, sir.
The second loss is you are not paying on 62475, but you are paying on 63843.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Okay. So ST consumers are at loss.
At loss.
What?
Okay.
It means what? It was your undue profit all these years. You are not at loss. You were getting this profit which was not justified, which was not giving justification to generation people, transmission people, service provider. So they have gone one step ahead for this one. Okay. And that is how lot many people are ending up with this particular problem. So are you clear about this one, sir?
Yes, I am quite clear. Only I will request sometime later. I will again try to talk with you later.
Okay. No
Yeah,
problem, sir.
you can talk individually.
Absolutely.
So let's take the next question.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll mute myself.
Yeah, Mr. Ashok Digra would like to ask.
See, sometimes I suspect some appliance in the at home is contributing a lot to the bill, electricity bill. So, is there any small instrument by which I can check the contribution of that particular appliance to the bill, or that wattage actually being drawn by that particular appliance, like say a refrigerator?
Yes, I will add up your, I will answer to your question. Basically, I will take two examples. One is AC or refrigerator is one kind of a load at our home, and another is a heater, bathroom geyser. Okay.
Correct.
Right. Now our bathroom geyser is totally resistive load. Okay. And there we are not sure how to use an electric geyser at home.
Right.
The electrician fits it, and if you open up the covering of the geyser, there is a thermostat inside, which is used to control the temperature of the water.
Yes.
Right? And now what happens when we start using that geyser to take hot water for taking a bath? Okay. You and me, we always feel that it should be very, very hot. We use it very hot, means we raise it to temperature of 80 degrees or 85 degrees. And then we add some little bit of cold water, and we actually take bath with the water temperature of 60 and 65.
Okay. My idea was,
yeah, I will answer all the things and then you can put your question.
yeah.
Now, I do not know that I can set the water geyser temperature to 40 itself or 50 itself. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And if I keep it at 50 itself, I will get the water of 50.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, my electricity bill will reduce. Though it is of a 3 kilowatt heater, it will make more off and less on, more off and less on. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So though I am using it, my bill will reduce. Okay. So the
Uh-huh.
first point is that I should compromise on my comfort level, that I will not use the water of 1675 degrees for my bath. I will reduce it to level which is comfortable to my body. One thing.
Okay.
Secondly, to that one, I will reduce the set temperature in the geyser. This one part is clear to you?
Yes.
Fine. Second part. Now, second part is AC. Okay. AC is totally an inductive load. We have got an IDU, indoor unit. We have got an ODU. ODU, we have got a compressor motor and then fan. Generally, nowadays, in IDU, we have got a BLDC fan. So its consumption is very, very less. Concentration is more on ODU. Okay. And if it is consuming electrical 1.5 kilowatt, let us say, okay, then it is a inductive load. So nowadays, new kind of ACs are coming, which are known as a inverter ACs. Okay. And in
Uh-huh.
inverter ACs, we have a particular thing which is improving a power factor. Okay. Which is improving power factor. Now, inverter ACs will improve the electricity bill in the industry, not in the residential thing, because residential is based on kWh. Okay. Because of inverter, you will have, let us say, 10% advantage. In industry, you will have advantage more than 20%. That is the ratio in that one. So if you are going for ACs, it is a inverter ACs. If you are going for a freeze, okay, then it is a defrost freeze. It consumes slightly more, but other aspects are very good in that one. Now, I'm not really sure. This is what I have told you. Your AC temperature should not be less than 24. The way I have told you, geyser temperature should not be more than 50 degrees. Okay.
No, that is true.
Similarly, AC should not be less than 24. Now, one instrument is available in the market. Okay. Now, what actually you are targeting, that you do not want to redefine your comfort levels. Okay. And use
I just want to measure
okay,
how much power is being drawn. Some device, instead of plugging into the wall socket, I'll plug in that device so that it will continuously tell me how much power I am drawing.
In front of your meter, sir. Then you can stand just in front of your meter. Okay.
No, not meter, some portable device, instead of plugging my appliance.
If you have a measurement unit, there is a portable unit which you can plug and then plug your fridge in that one.
So what is that?
Yeah, I will give you the details of that one. I do not know details exactly right now. Okay. But such meters are available. You can put those meters in the plug and put your fridge.
What is the cost?
Cost is around 3,000 to 4,000 rupees.
Okay. So
devices are available in the market.
Yes, yes. Devices
by Anchor, 3-4 companies are selling this.
Okay.
So you can record your consumption.
So I can plug in my AC or refrigerator, and so know the individual power being drawn from each device appliance.
Yes, yes, yes. Very good. Very correct. Very correct. Very correct.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Welcome, sir.
Okay.
Next question, please.
Hello.
There are few questions in the chat box. Can you look at it?
How do I look at it, sir? Please just. Or you can.
Anil, can you help? I think there are no questions in the chat box. Anyway,
one information I want to share, sir. One information.
Yes, sir.
Can I share one information?
Go ahead.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Only 2 minutes I will take. I have bought one instrument, namely Home Assistant. If you already talked with him, I don't know. but that gives you a lot of information about your consumption pattern and actual bill, and if the instrument is faulty, which instrument is using what. Lot of analysis is given. Only you need broadband connection continuously. I have bought that
Okay.
instrument around 5,000 rupees, but that is
Okay.
very useful, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Which make, where it is available?
No, its name is Home Assistant. Other details I don't have. If you want, I will share sometime, sir.
Okay, send the photograph and other details.
Just now, it will take some time. I don't have right now.
You can put
Okay,
on
okay.
the forum,
So
tech
I
forum
will
page.
put,
Now we will take the last question.
I will share with Rabde sir. He will send to others.
Yeah. The last question. I think question and answers are over. So I must thank Mr. Kathaly for this wonderful presentation today, and it will come long way in Tech Forum, because now we have started this activity of energy audit, and this will definitely help our industry friends to map their bill and reduce their bill, because it will be advice also how to reduce the bill, whether they should go for solar electric or whether they should go for solar electric wind, whatever, and how they can keep the consumption levels of various energy hungry devices. So thanks a lot, Mr. Deshpande, as well as Mr. Kathaly,
Yeah,
for this wonderful
Rabde
session
sir, I
today.
would like to make
We
one.
thank you
Rabde sir,
for this.
Rabde
We
sir.
will be meeting another after another 15 days for similar event. Please do join. I request all the new participants to join Tech Forum and get the benefit of our bi-monthly lectures